Hello world, this is Lisa Chu here with Chu Got This. I kind of dreamt about it last night and thought of that name, and it's gonna stick, I hope. Anyways, for my first video today, we are going to make a no-bake chocolate tart. And you are going to be shocked about how easy it is to make this. And so here is the list of ingredients. You're going to need about 32 Oreos. I know, it's gonna make a bomb crust. Anyways, that's in the food processor. You're going to also need about 200 grams of chocolate, milk chocolate, semi-chocolate chips. And so that's aside. You also will need 3.5 ounces of Baker's bittersweet chocolate. Okay, now why I say Baker's bittersweet chocolate is because when I opened the package, I was like, how am I going to measure out 3.5 ounces? And then I opened up the package, and if you can see the little symbols, they have the ounces. Each little thing is a 1/4 ounce. So that's cool. You're gonna have to chop that up. Next thing you're gonna need for the topping is strawberries or raspberries, whatever you want to use. It's just pretty like that. And I'm gonna show you how to cut those. Ooh, I forgot. 200 milliliters of heavy whipping cream, also for the chocolate ganache. That's gonna go into that filling. All right. Oh, and for the crust, you also need a stick of butter. I know, it's great. A stick of butter melted, which I'm gonna put in the microwave now. Usually it's about 30 seconds will do it for melting butter, because then it'll all just like come together. You don't want it to explode or anything in your microwave. Now, this is something that you may have to get, or you may try a different tart pan, but I have this 9x3 rectangle tart pan that I got because of this recipe. I know, I'm kind of spoiled like that. And so, I think that's it. So let's get on to getting on. So strawberries, you're gonna pick the prettiest ones in the bunch. They're about medium, so it's gonna be okay. Basically, it's just cut off the top. I know, wasting strawberry. No, just it's gonna be perfect. And so you want to get it so that it's a triangle kind of shape, not the flat, the thinner part, because you're gonna be putting them on top of the tart so that it looks really pretty. So you're gonna be like using them like this, okay? And so let me just cut these real quick, and then we can get to making the actual crust and everything like that. And oh, I'm so excited for you to taste this recipe, because every recipe I get is off of the internet, because I wanted to test them all out first of all before I gave them to anybody. But I always get the recipe from the online sources, and just pick one that has some pretty good reviews. And if I make it and it works and it turns out great, then definitely I'll write it down and use that as the recipe forever. And so yeah, so 14 little squares of the Baker's chocolate, and you chop it up. And so this is what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm going to break it up because it's just easier that way to kind of like chop it and all that good stuff. You are now looking at the hardest thing that you're going to be doing for this recipe. Everything else is so simple. And almost done. I know. The only reason why I didn't have this broken up already, because I wanted to show you how cool that bar looked, and how easy it was to like get that from people. And so I'm just going to like chop up the butter a little bit. Not butter, sorry, the chocolate. I probably should have put it in like the food processor too, but you gotta work a little bit. It can't be that easy. But then again, it is pretty easy, so I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and put that in with the chocolate chips. See, and you can lift this cutting board and just like put it in stuff. Oh my gosh, so good. Anyway, Putting it in with the rest of the chocolate chips because chocolate family right here gets together. Whether it's dark chocolate or semi-sweet chocolate morsels, it's chocolate love. And you're gonna love how this tastes. It's kind of undescribable. Everyone gets so excited when they see it because it's so pretty, but it's like so easy. All right, we've chopped everything, ready to go. Put the crumbs, the Oreos in the food processor, killing them until they turn into crumbs. Sorry, that's my butter. See that? Melted butter, 30 seconds, so perfect. Anyway, you're going to put the butter onto the crumbs. So I'm going to go put this on the Oreos real quick. Still on the food processor because I'm lazy and I don't want to use my hands just yet. But it's just like one little ring of little pulse or something to get it mixed right. All right, so that was like 2 seconds of pulsing. All right, getting that off of the thing now. See that? So what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to, after you put the butter in, make sure everything's coated and it's got like that moist little crust thing going on, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're going to take a spoon or silicone spatulas rock. Anyway, so you're gonna take this stuff, put it in this container because you're about to make the crust, which again, no bake, so it's like super, super simple. Get in the crust, putting it in the tin. Sometimes it just seems like a lot, but if it's too much, then don't use all of it. But it's about 32 Oreos. Gosh, Chew, why don't you just go faster with this? How long does it take to get crumbs out of a processor? Apparently just this long. So what you're gonna do is you're going to press this in so that it is up against the sides. You want enough room to put your actual chocolate filling in there. You don't want to have like all crust or anything like that. Unless you're into that. If you want more crust, then fine, that's fine. But sometimes it takes a little bit for it to get to the sides. Okay. I'm just taking the crumbs and pushing them up against the sides so that it kind of goes over the sides. So none of that chocolate is going to be wasted. You got the edges. Oh, sometimes you learn how to do it a little easier. Got that side right up to the edge. Because what you're going to do in a bit is you're going to put it in the freezer just so it just hardens and you can pour the chocolate on and you're in the business. It just seems so much. 32, 31 Oreos? I don't know. Okay, I do know. It actually does take 32, but if you want lesser crust, use lesser Oreos. If you want whatever, it's all you. This is the easy recipe that you just do. Oh my gosh, that was the hardest part of the whole fill. Now you got this little pie thing that's working out here that's like stuffed in like a crust. And what you're gonna do is you are going to put it in the freezer because it needs to harden before you put that hot chocolate in there, or you're gonna have a little muddy mess, which is kind of ridiculous, but true. Now, here we go. I'm learning now that plastic wrap and parchment paper are like your best friends in cooking and baking. You just kind of use it for everything. Just wait. Just you wait. And Regans. All right, now. Sorry, I have to throw in the musical dorkness of myself. Anyways. Surely there's a better way, right? Okay. Put it over the crust. Doesn't even have to stick. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put that in the freezer so that it'll harden, okay? And then we're going to make the chocolate ganache that goes into the filling. So hold on a second. That was the hardest part. Okay, now you take the heavy whipping cream, little saucepan. It always seems like I'm not getting all the cream in there, but man, love me some heavy whipping cream. I should probably get something to put that in there. Again, it's okay to waste a little bit, it's all right. Now, you're going to turn it basically on medium, and just kind of wait for it to heat up. Don't boil it, because then that'll make a whole different thing. Just kind of like a slight simmer where the bubbles are on the edge. And so what you're gonna end up doing is, when that is ready, you're gonna pour it over the chocolate, and you just wait for the magic to happen. You just wait, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, and then you'll get what you need over here. And while I'm working on it, hopefully this is gonna be something that you do in the future. And I want to see, if you do make it, I want pictures, because I wanna see that the love of this awesome no-bake chocolate tart is getting spread through the internet or whatever, because that's where it came from and that's where it's going to go. All right, so use this time waiting over here. Clean up a little bit. What are you, pig? No. So, if you only have one spatula, you have to do the whole washing the spatula thing. But guess what? Not this girl. Gadget girl. Lots of spatulas. All silicone, because they're the best. If you like what you're seeing, and or if you think that it needs some help, please, by all means, throw a shot my way and we'll figure it out. Because we're growing together. We're doing this, we're doing it. And just, you know, I love chocolate. Anyways, sometimes you gotta sit and wait for the paint to dry. Okay, or the heavy whipping cream to heat up. One of those things. Oh, if you don't have a food processor, which no one did, I just got mine like last year, basically. Ziploc bags are handy as, all right? You just throw those Oreos in that Ziploc bag and smash it until it gets crumbly. Make sure, you know, the only thing that's wrong with that is that it gets really some big pieces, but use a mallet, use a shoe if you want to, as long as you don't bust up the Ziploc bag. But, God, it's so easy. It's just Oreos. And like, you leave the stuffing in there. You don't have to mess with it. Just like take it out of the bag, put it in there, pulse, hit, punch, whatever you got to do. It's fine. How we doing? How we doing, milk? I don't know if you know this, but that heavy whipping cream smells so delightful. If you take a just a little like, then you know you got it good going on. All right, I think it's basically about right. It's not doing anything. It's not, you don't want to have that skin on the top of it. But it's nice and hot, not boiling just yet. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pour it over the chocolate chips and the bittersweet chocolates, and we're gonna cover that just because we just wanna make sure it's all good. It's like magic is gonna happen. Magic, because that's what we do in this cooking space. You're like, Chew, I just don't know how you do it. I'm like, well, this is how we do it. And it doesn't take that long really to do it. But just take a little bit of effort. I'm just gonna do this one thing. I just cover that just because I can, and it just kind of speeds up the melting process. And you're just gonna wait for this to warm up, you know, and kind of heat up a little bit so that you can mix it and everything's gonna be okay. So let's see. Still got a little bit of work to do, but that's okay. Now, let's get that crust out of the freezer. All right, now we are going to see what happened to this chocolate. You can take your trusty spatula, work that chocolate in there, or you could take like a whisk too. Just whisk away this beautiful chocolate that's about to turn into ganache. You can do it. You can do it. Start making that sweet, sweet love together. Chocolate and heavy whipping cream. Oh, so good. Oh, so much easier. Oh, so pretty, guys. I can't wait for you to look and see how pretty this ganache is. And you're gonna be like, Chew, is that all you did? I could have done that myself. And yes, you can. Si se puede. You can definitely do it. That was Spanish for yes, I can, just in case you just don't know. Ooh, pretty. Okay, you're gonna take this mixture, as beautiful as it is, and it has turned out, and you are going to slowly fill in. It's so pretty, and you're gonna smooth it out, and it's not gonna go over the edge yet anyways. If you like that tune, I made it up myself. That's why they pay me the big bucks, guys, and by that I mean not paying at all. Here's that anal retentive chew again. Can't waste chocolate. Gosh, I swear I could eat this like pudding. Except for I can't, but I can, but I want to. Let's see. Fill that in. Kind of just like help it out a little bit. Let it be comfortable in its space so that every bit of it is filled up, because you don't want it to overflow, but you also don't want to have like half of it looking empty. By all means, you want to fill in those corners because people are like, what'd you do? And you know what you can do for the topping on top of that? When you put the strawberries in, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. When you take your strawberries and you put them on top, what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of like put a zigzag something or another that's going on. So depending on how many strawberries you have, you can do this thing where you have, oh, look at that, not very far away. You know, I have enough strawberries here to basically do this in or out thing, and so that it doesn't get drowned away and it looks really pretty, and people are like, oh, you're like an artist too. I'm like, in the kitchen, yeah. Okay. And then you can top it with basically chopped nuts of some sort, or you can use powdered sugar, which is what I'm gonna do because powdered sugar is like, gives that little awe factor. Oh my goodness. Can you see the love tonight? Okay, hold on a second. And one more thing will make it look, voila. Aha. Powdered sugar. Okay, got that powdered sugar. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I did put that powdered sugar in there. Oh, yeah. And there you go. You have finished your strawberry no-bake chocolate tart. Looks gorgeous. I will put put pictures up on my Facebook. And so thanks for joining me. Hope you liked it. Bon appetit.